You plan on staying right there, leading every lap if you possibly can. Because if you do fall back, you got to come through that storm eventually. If you get to victory lane, I like the strategy of just charging and staying right up front.
It's a sixth sense. You're always trying to sniff out where trouble's going to be, and sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. But if you prepare yourself mentally to know how to get through the stages, that's the key point. But it's all about the checkered flag, not those stage flags.
Well, and maybe that plays into the hand of a veteran, or maybe it's just good fortune for a newcomer like a Ty Majeski.
You never know.
Pick a favorite. Who's a guy you're keeping an eye on tonight that you think might be their night?
Matt DiBenedetto. I really believe he's going to run his first truck race tonight, believe that or not, but he's got cup experience. He's going to step down, run the Truck Series because he wants checker flags just like John Hunter did last year. He's my favorite tonight, Matt.
You got a pick?
My deal, I'm going with the teams. I like the KBM type of pick. You know, there's Thor Sport, there's GMS. I'm all about the manufacturers right now. I want to see who's going to take charge and set the tone for this season.
Well, the cool thing about it, especially at Daytona, if you're in it, you can win it. Let's go downstairs for the command.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome the Vice President of Florida Power and Light, Mike Spoor.
Drivers, start your engines!
36 trucks are fired up, getting ready to go for 100 laps tonight, 250 miles at the World Center of Racing. Beginning the season for the 23rd time the trucks are racing here at Daytona. They have begun the Truck Series season here at Daytona every year since 2000. It is a
spot all season long. Riley Hurst running a truck race in 17. He'll be pushing just like he always is.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how GMS does this season, going from a 4-truck team to a 2-truck effort this year. As you see Jesse Little and Lawless Allen back in row 5. A couple of drivers that'll be in the trucks a lot this season. Jesse Little going to run about half the season, splitting it with Kaz Gralla. There's Infinger's teammate for tonight.
I'm
driving
pumped up.
Thor Sport.
I am pumped up. You ready? You boys ready?
We are ready.
Let's drop the green flag.
The green flag waves. The 2022 season underway. The Camping World Truck Series.
It'd be interesting to see how quick they want to form one line, or if there's going to be an aggressive group on the outside lane. I'm hoping for some 3-wide action too, just to see how that plays out.
That was a nice break by Majeski, wasn't it? He was able to jump out there, get a bit of a gap on the second or third place starter, and then John Hunter Nemechek was able to move to the bottom because of the great start that Majeski got. But this is what's going to be interesting, Kirby.
Huge run on the outside lane.
Does that outside line have more momentum? We haven't seen it much in the trucks, but right now with these new trucks, it looks like they're really moving out there.
Yeah, they had a nice head of steam down the back straightaway, and now it's going to be interesting with the side draft. How aggressive will the side draft be with the new body styles on these trucks?
That's Tyler Ankrum leading that outside lane with Corey Heim right behind him. The first
Remember, it was the end of an era in 2012, and then we lasted for 10 years, 2022. Rebuild again.
Nemechek behind him, and that's Ankrum up top.
You know, and I'm seeing all the Toyotas up there. I wonder what type of communication Toyota TRD applied to the driver strategy or with the crew chiefs. The manufacturers continue to get more and more involved with how they want to conduct the plate races because they just want more opportunities to win. But at the end of the day, whoever's driving whatever truck number, they're doing
pretty hard push there.
Nemechek's teammate Chandler Smith behind him in the 18. And then the blue and red, that's Stuart Friesen, another Toyota on the inside, 4th one back. Right behind Smith is another one of the Kyle Busch Motorsports trucks, that 51 truck with the orange and white UBL on the front hood, and Corey Heim. He's
so I would say we jump out first.
For tomorrow's ARCA race. In fact, he won the ARCA race here last year. And
he's on pole.
Getting his shot in the trucks this season. I got it for Rookie of the Year.
I got to tell you, Vince, that JBL Toyota has been bobbing and weaving. These guys have their hands full. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do when we come to pit road. I think they're going to want 4 tires.
More on the 16.
And that's Tyler Ankrum behind the wheel. And you remember that he made this switch to join this team in the offseason, and he was follow us, and we'll get you there, Josh.
Well, Jamie, Matt Crafton back in the 21st position with his new...
There you go. The leader just got freight train.
Jeff Hensey's been telling him this left rear is traveling. It's all over the place. It travels out when he least expects it, so he's going to need to make a track bar adjustment when he comes in, but not handling the way he wants it right now, guys.
Yeah, that was a pass for the lead. That was a setup there from KBM. You've got John Hunter, Nemechek, Chandler Smith, and Heim. They're all going to go wherever John Hunter wants to go. And then it's like, see ya, bye, 66. So that's how those guys were able to take the lead.
And we're going to go try to win us a stage, too.
And they're going to stay disciplined. I bet those front three stay in line.
Yeah, Majeski dropped all the way back to 7th.
That's better than I thought. I thought he could shut all the way back about 17th.
Oh!
Truck out of control.
Boy, there was
almost contact
right there from the 30, and that is Tate Fogelman.
He's got a tire down. Or something broke on.
Lost Daytona right there in the corner.
Stage 1 complete. Hey, no
Yeah, he's got
surprise,
something
John
wrong with
Nemechek won more stages than any other driver a season ago.
Or flat tire or something.
Thinks he's got a flat tire because that thing just jumped him. What a save!
Something
When
broke.
we cut away from him, I thought he was going into the wall, but that was like, you know who was surprised by that stage win from Down Under? Is Tom Majeski. I mean, he had that race under control.
So you watch the 30 right here.
They just teamed up.
A white truck right here.
Took the lead away.
Watch the 30 of
Yes.
Fogelman.
There you go.
You say flat tire. He was running inside the top 15 at
Something
the time.
different broke.
That is a great save. At 185 miles an hour, by the way.
He lived to see another day. Maybe a set of fresh tires. Get back out there.
One more look right there.
With Riley Herbst. What did he see? That is sideways. Whoa. Incredible save. Good job.
Woo. Let's see who's doing what. Certainly some putting some tires on it. The 4 of Nemechek getting gas only. Josh.
Right there behind the 51, ain't it? Yeah, the 51 of Tyler of Corey Heim around. One of them missed the pits. Wayne Call her out.
Another one we saw take fuel
There's Haley Deegan.
was Grant Enfinger. He said he was loose on entry and it was a handful on exit. So his crew chief Charleston Knight decided to go down on the track bar 3 turns. In order to do that, didn't have time for the tires. They'll get him the next time.
Vince, it's funny. You're exactly. Kurt said it. You know, the crew chief said, "No, you can't have any. I don't care if you have a lot of contact."
That was a huge hit.
I bet you he has to come back to pit road. That's what
See,
you have when you have
that
different
blue truck
trucks.
also missed his
Guys that are
pit
just
box.
gassing and going, come out while the other.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that is more than a little bit of contact then. He was running 4th at the end of pit road at that time.
That's one of the best trucks.
Go back to Daytona. Don't go anywhere.
Well, it looks like his Daytona win is about shot now, don't it? Unless a lot of trucks wreck, huh?
How he goes through the gears.
5 away. Get ready. Get ready. Green, 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 green. Still outside. Still outside. Half back to 32. Half back 32. Still 2 by 2. Nothing behind 32. No help. Still 2 by 2. Still 2 by 2 here. Still 2 by 2. 6
It's been roads.
outside. Half back in your mind. He has one back from him. One back now on the tight behind you. Still 2 by 2.
Listen to Rhodes work that gas too.
Still 2 by 2.
A lot going on, race fans. You got to digest all that.
His
information.
teammate right up on
Water
top of
goes in
him.
one ear and out the other, and you're waiting for the next bit of information. But you're applying the wheel, the brakes, the gas, going through the gears. That's just a simple restart at Daytona.
And that's the way it's going to be for 250 miles, Vince. It's that much information is going to be flowed from the spotter stand down to that truck. And he's charged from 27th starting position into the top 10. So they're working well together. TJ Bell knows how to get it done up on the roof. And when I say up on the roof, They're a long way away from where these trucks are. So you got to have a lot of trust in your spotter, right, Kurt?
I would imagine by now they should have binoculars that just strap around your head and you're like zoomed in the whole time. And then you can have a button that would zoom back out for the front straightaway. The spotters have so much responsibility here. And when you have a good one, pushing hard, and let's look at 15 truck of Gray. He's working his way on up from a tough starting spot.
Another guy that's made a nice move, Vince, is Matt Crafton. Started back outside the top 25, and you can see him there in that bright yellow truck racing in the top 10.
How about Ankrum, Jamie?
And we see him at the lead of this field right now. His new crew chief, Scott Zivitelli, said, he reminds me a lot of Austin Hill when he joined HRE a few years ago. He's very green. He has a lot to learn. The biggest thing that he needs, though, is the respect of the rest of the field. That is their biggest goal for the early stage of this season. He said, if we can go out and finish races, that respect is going to come. Last year, his average race finish was 19.8, so he's got a lot of improvement that he can make there. And Scott said he's along for the ride.
There they go.
Nice save.
Wow, he almost went for a ride.
Nice save. That 19 truck's doing a good job of trying to push, and that's that corner exit moment, right, Mikey, where you're right on that edge already, and if somebody's right there stacked up, you're going to get spun really easy.
What about the veteran move about Friesen, a guy that can hang on to anything in the whole world? He said, it ain't for me right now.
Wow, he actually didn't get hit.
Yeah.
He has that much front downforce because he's leading that low lane, and this truck just steps out loose.
Nice wheel control there.
Nemechek and Chandler Smith and Eckes took advantage of it by getting around Ankrum on the outside.
You don't want to turn too sharp or too hard to react to it. You want to kind of go slow with it.
Up on the outside, fourth in line, and Matt
Overcorrect.
Crafton just behind him, fifth in line on the outside.
And one thing that happens late in this stage is guys did fuel only, handling's really come into play. That's why you're seeing the outside groove roll now, because it's a bit more generous to the truck and doesn't demand as much for handling on the high side.
Yeah, those that did fuel only, they'll love to get those 4 fresh ones on during this pit stop coming up in a couple of laps.
And that's John Hunter Nemechek leading that outside train.
Nope.
Oh, D. Thompson
Tire down.
with an issue in drag.
Yep. Tire down.
Yeah, you can see he had some damage there. Must have rubbed the tire. The fender rubbed a hole in the tire.
Remember, he had the contact
That'll be the
with Corey
stage.
Heim on pit road earlier tonight. Green's still out.
Guys, they're leaving it green. They're letting them run to finish this final lap. I love it.
Final lap of stage 2 as Thompson limps back.
He'll be on the lead lap.
Nemechek continues to lead.
Free
His
pass.
teammate Chandler Smith right behind him.
And here comes Ben Rhodes with a big push from Matt Crafton. Rhodes going for the lead.
This is great.
Nemechek tried to block. Didn't work.
Chandler. Crafton lost his help. Grab off of
There's going to be another chance here. One more push. You going to go with him, Crafton? You going to go around him? Ah, he stalled out back there. Who's going to get it?
Rhodes and Nemechek side by side.
Crafton got 5th.
And it's going to be John Hunter Nemechek winning stage 2.
What a stage. What action we saw there. That was finished.
Damaged truck.
Oh, Crafton still got something in him.
Let that run through.
With Rhodes and getting some help from Matt Crafton as the Thor Sport
So
trucks were lined up.
STP.
Gave Nemechek a run, but John Hunter Nemechek able to do it again. Sweeping stage 1 and 2.
Boom. Baby.
87 all the way up to second. He's coming in just for 4 tires before he heads back out. John Hunter Nemechek in the Ford truck on the left middle of your screen. Now he has won both stages of this race. He said he's just a little too tight. He's been trying to drag to the back up with Chandler Smith, but either way, he's been running very well here. Jamie?
Well, for Christian Eckes, I love the communication between he and his crew chief, Jared French. Jared said, is there anything we can do to help you? And Christian said, honestly, no. This truck feels pretty good. They're giving him 4 new tires. They got a fresh tear off on there and sent him out on his way. He was a little upset with his teammate, though.
No one got turned around.
I'm going to watch for them.
Looks like the front tire's locked up.
Now you see Brett Holmes having some problems in that 32 truck.
I think he's got something going on the left front.
I think like a lug nut got hung up
Yeah.
between the wheel and the rotor. Watch him. He's accelerating out. This thing just snaps around on him. And now look at the left front if it does circle back around.
He, if you wonder how much power these trucks have, you can just spin them right around if you aren't careful.
Yeah, look, I think the left front's locked up, but oh well.
Both trips down pit road tonight, we've had issues. Gonna have to do it again in stage 3.
got a restart coming up. We're not quite halfway, but this is when the show really starts kicking into another gear. A bunch of new faces up front now because of the pit strategy shuffle. You got a couple of veterans, a couple new guys, and got 50 laps to go or so.
Yeah, another interesting run is Parker Kligerman. We always see it, Vince. We talked about it in qualifying. He barely eked into the race. He was the slowest truck to qualify on time, and now he finds himself racing inside the top 10. So Kligerman's we said if he could get in the race, he could win this race.
Come on, Crafton, I'm racing as you this year. You got to get up there, Crafton. Go, boy, go.
Nemechek right on his bumper. Zane Smith there.
Is he new, Randall?
He's trying to qualify. He's been racing since 1998. Come on, Crafton, go.
It's still a judgment call on NASCAR side of
That
it.
one about the hat
If the leader
logo?
drags the brake to the guy behind him, that initiates that to happen. If you do it too long, that's when they're going to make a call.
More on Colby Howard with Jamie.
How about him? His very first start here at Daytona, leaving this field. His spotter, Brandon Lyons, is tugging him through, and he said, listen, we've already learned so much here tonight. Just stay low. You're going to get big pushes behind you. There's a really strong tucks back there. Stay
Scheme. And there you can get a good look at the number 43. That brings back a lot of great memories for me and a lot of race fans, I'm sure.
It's got to be the most iconic and easiest resemblance of our sport.
Yeah, the free pass, the first stage, and he has worked himself all the way up inside the top 15, Jamie.
And you know you can't.
Here we go. Coming back to Daytona, stage 3.
Beautiful.
About to begin to have trouble.
Yeah, I'm fine. The thing just came around on me. It was getting really bad those last 3 laps. Yeah, I understand.
Wood out of the GMS camp, teammates with Grant Enfinger. It was running 28th at the time.
Another Chevy destroyer.
The whole field, they can make it to the
Is he
checker
dead?
from here, so we're going to see
Is an
everyone
ambulance
pit.
there, Randall?
And I'm assuming, like you said earlier, Kurt, the crew chief's going to say you're going to get gas. Live with however it's handling.
Gas only, send it. Let me know how it's handling later.
Send it.
That's what you got to do. It's about the game on pit road of having the least amount of time on that final stop to leapfrog guys as best as you can for that track position on the restart.
Jack Wood, his
That's
first
an older
start
model
here.
ambulance too. It's like a 2008
Starts
model.
last season. Running
been
full-time
repainted.
this year. And his season opener comes to an early end.
Oh wow, he was running right in the middle of the group.
That was
Something.
Okay,
Yeah, something's broke.
And then here on the backstretch off turn 2,
It's already
he is
slowed.
tailed off to the back of everybody, and something broke on that truck.
Yeah.
An awkward angle that it just turned on.
You can see the rear. You see the rear. Both of the rear tires are blown out.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I see both of the rear tires are blown out too. See,
Hey,
that one's
There you
blown
go.
out.
I can narrate
44 on the
somebody.
book. The 47 of Sauter has gone
That's the
behind
24.
as well. His night is over.
Jeff Gordon.
And the pits will be open this time. Decisions to be made.
36 to go,
the race
boys.
is on the line, Vince.
Tires on, and think you're going to go to the end.
Shoot.
Gas only.
The way these things are slipping and sliding, I want some tires, please.
You gotta get up on the wheel, Mikey. You're gonna get fuel only.
Can take 2, can
Who's
take
number
4.
4, Randall?
Let's go to Josh.
He's been
Sims.
dominating all night. That's John Hunter
Right
Nemechek.
now, John Hunter Nemechek at the top left of
Nemechek.
your screen.
Listen.
Led 30 laps tonight. They want to come in and have a smooth, quick stop. They don't want to give up any position right now because they've been running so well all night long. Jamie?
Number 38, Zane Smith behind the wheels. Crew chief Chris Lawson reminding him, don't slide those tires coming in. We are not going to take any. It's fuel only, as is it for the number 19 of Derek Kraus also. He said, we're going to give you a little bit of help here. It's going up in the track bar. Still a little bit free. Fuel only, though, and be ready to save was the word.
What do you have in your pocket, Mikey, right now?
Man, it's just, it's go time, and, you know, if you don't have track position now, you're probably
We're about to wreck right now, boys.
So I think you gotta hustle.
And one of the key elements, though, is there hasn't been any cautions for
I
big
see the
wrecks,
best
and
and
so
aggressive racing
the
all
trucks are
night
still
right
out
here,
there,
boys.
Which is a better percentage chance for things.
I'm about wrecking. You can see a lot of aggressive right here.
Second truck on the
See us
inside.
pushing right here?
38, right
Did
behind
I just see him wreck
for a
behind?
reason, and it is tight
Not a blue.
maneuvering.
Ingram
Guess
is
not.
heating up Colby Howard, and look at the push he's giving him.
Ben Rhodes third in line
That
on
was
the
a blue
outside.
truck up there, right?
Nice push here. Stay in line. Stay in line. You can't get that wide. You can't get that wide.
Some guys are back there going, I don't know about this. I'm gonna kind of wait on this game.
Man, boy, you talk about the differences between success and experience. The 4 of John Hunter Nemechek has 11 Truck Series wins. The driver of the truck that's leading the race, Colby Howard, has 5 Truck Series starts.
Seems a bit lopsided right there, but hey, you're in position at Daytona.
On board Haley Deegan
That's what it's all about.
and Ben Rhodes.
Spotter Mark Gilman up on the roof trying to coach his young driver around this tough 2.5 mile super speedway.
I love that shot. That was 4 different cameras, 4 different trucks. Oh, he's sideways off of 4. He
You
saves
can't
it.
hit the apron. You can't hit the apron. 4's almost.
I think you figured that out.
Yeah, I was like, whoops. A little nervous there, bud.
Corey
That was
Howard.
a great save.
Yeah, Tyler Ankrum leading that outside line.
Isn't that crazy? You know, we talk about side drafting and bumping, but that shows you how difficult it is to drive this racetrack in a pack like this. He was all by himself and about wiped out.
And now, what do you think is John Hunter Nemechek is thinking? He's like, oh man, this truck's sideways in front of me. I really can't push it aggressive.
Right.
I'm stuck in this box now for a little bit.
And you know, the thing about the
Out
91,
front now.
watch him in the corners. He wants to keep that nose right on the yellow line. But when it starts wandering up off the yellow line, he's got to cut that wheel even harder. That makes it even more difficult to hang on to.
Tyler Ankrum has now gone to the bottom with the lead. Howard second in line on the bottom.
That they just saw Friesen kind of bail out and go, you know what, you guys go on ahead.
As we're going to break, Tyler Ankrum's going to go backwards.
3 wide right now. There he goes to the back.
But still tougher. Tough.
Watch. Watch what Tony does.
Tougher.
Watch this.
Tough.
Watch.
Tougher.
Watch this.
Looking for the official tractor of tough and Stuart Haas race.
I got a race this weekend. I'll see you later.
Riders.
15, Austin Wayne Self in the 22, Riley Herbst in the 17.
Yeah, Tanner Gray got all jacked up from somebody from behind pushing aggressive and did a great
Shut
job
up.
hanging on to it.
Blaine Perkins in the 9 right there. Watching all this over, Riley Hurst.
Camping World 20 to go. Coming here in just a lap.
Parker Kligerman, who just came into the picture in that 75 with the Food Country USA on the back tailgate.
If they still
This
got
is a
that.
mess, Kurt.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the telestrator going here. I was going to really point
20 to go.
out
That's when the
it
trucks
was
are
in this
on.
range right there, but now my circles have got it all messed up. But he gets jacked up from behind, and it was just
Right there. Boom.
Turn 2.
They're doing it again.
well, maybe it was in my circle that I was drawing.
Oh, yeah. Just the tire blew
Just that tire
again.
rub again for.
Boy, Corey Heim has had a tough night.
Damn, that tire just came off.
That ain't the tire, that's the inner liner.
From bad to worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pit road mistakes, they just add up over
There's
time.
another burn.
Well, this is going to be a
Damn, we burning the rubber.
shootout to the finish.
I was going with Corey Heim to win. He looked like a good truck. He got damage in the. Corey Heim, he got
It's like
damage
a
in
pool
the.
game. You know, you
Cussing me
re-rack
out
all-
when I-
Corey Heim!
You have the brake.
Plus, my truck has a number 91 on it. If I'm 91, I want to come in and give me an adjustment.
Got damage on pit road.
In the garage here, leave brakes to the stall, let them get a look at it.
He's still running P6.
The only
I know he's
Kyle
almost
Busch truck
an
was
equal
damaged.
handling truck. What an awesome display of driving.
You know, I talked to some crew chiefs today, and they talked about 20 to go, maybe a caution coming out. What would they do? And I think they can might gun for tires and an adjustment.
Already in the
What do you have
wall
to
up there.
lose?
Yeah, if you're really far back, you got nothing to lose for sure. Man, I was in the summer race in the Cup Series here a few years back, and
Damn, why
It
did
was
they
12
Camping
laps
World
ago.
on our truck?
I was running
Because it's
third.
Camping World
Never
Truck
mind,
Series.
I did, Randall.
I ended up getting shuffled back, and those guys that pitted came all the way back, and it was William Byron took the win on fresh tires.
And the tires do matter with
Say
the
it's
trucks here
interliner.
tonight. I don't know
Say
if
it's
they
the
matter
interliner.
that much. That you're certainly not going to give up the lead or one of those.
It's a matter of keeping that track position and having the right drafting buddy for as long as you can.
A little bit harder to cut.
John Hunter Nemechek got 4 tires on lap 43.
It's a little bit harder to cut.
The 91 of Kobe
Instead of
Howard.
cutting fiberglass, it's a lot harder to cut that.
43, and has had them ever since. I mean, taking a chance.
Not fiberglass, but I can't think of the name. Carbon fiber is a lot harder to cut that.
Tires trying to out there.
I just noticed, look at that wing on the side over there. This is actually not the side of the truck, this is the
This is when
wing.
your crew chief becomes your therapist.
Move, I don't think
He's
so.
telling Colby Howard, now that we're going to cool our tires off.
There are 30 trucks still on the lead lap, so. I'm trying to
16,
wish anything bad.
18 to go right now. It's going to be 16 to go.
30.
30.
Especially when
Trucks.
loose these
30.
guys are getting. It's amazing to me they have someone hasn't had.
Started this race 23rd, and he
Jamie
was
Little.
hoping that under this caution, all of the leaders were going to come, splash for fuel. He would be able to stay
Yeah, he's not in
out
the
and
Cup Series no
that
more. They
didn't
fired
happen,
him,
the
so
team
well, he couldn't get
adjusted. He
a
made
ride. So now my man
he
Matty
run
D is
a
stuck
little
in the
stronger
Truck
here in
Series.
these last 17 laps, but he knew the
Who was
challenges
number two?
coming into the Truck Series. One of the
Number
biggest
two,
ones that he's
number
figuring
two.
out tonight is the
Oh, he
raciness of
changed
the
him
other
around, too.
35
I think
drivers
that's
that are
Ernie
out there.
Smith.
Another
Can't
note
remember.
that he told his team about is it's kind of hard to see our pit sign. We need to work on that for the next race. So they're taking all
Jamie
the
Little, I
boxes,
think.
moving through their
Jimmy Little.
program. It's gonna
Jimmy
be a long
Little.
year.
Not Jamie, but Jimmy
Go
Little.
from the back to the front.
Deacon to
Quickly.
Jamie?
No,
We've
Nah.
seen nobody's running the table tonight. John Hunter, Nemechek, and Ben Rhodes. And look at those fans. Great to see them.
It's left at Daytona. I like that move there by Ben Rhodes.
You gonna watch them all
I remember
around?
that was choreographed.
He jumped down there quickly, knowing that those are two of the best trucks on the track.
3
There
wide.
we go. We got a little 3 wide action for the first time tonight.
What about Austin Hill?
Austin Hill jumping to the outside to make it 3 wide, and Zane Smith goes up to get him.
That 7 truck, Austin Hill, had lost the draft at one point. Whoop. We got Fogelman off a little bit.
They gonna wreck,
Push a little too
boys.
aggressive, but these boys, it's on now.
Ooh,
There they go.
With,
And yep,
Contact
one on
to
the
go
wall.
of them.
Oh, yep.
Fogelman again.
ooh.
and those guys just had nowhere to go. They were trying to dodge Fogelman.
Yep, Chris Wright in the 44. Fogelman drives the 30.
Rich Lucius, the crew chief for Ben Rhodes, breathes a sigh of relief, huh? You think so, Vince?
There's Eric Phillips. John Hunter Nemechek. I can tell. There's Fogelman and the damage. Lucius. Boy, these crew chiefs. You know,
Triggered off of a right rear problem for.
some pretty significant damage to that truck. There's Fogelman's 30 machine.
Didn't get the whole. Never mind, you guys see it. But yeah, he was definitely struggling with right rear, not having enough pressure in there.
Oh, and just a mess after that.
Jason White took some Rhodes continues to lead. Remember, Rhodes won this race last year and then backed it up the next week on the road course here. I mean, this is his place.
Oh, John Hunter pushed Rhodes up out of the way.
Oh, and Rhodes is getting
4 wide.
Woo. Oh man, there's gonna be some calls that have to be made here.
Yeah, Nemechek went down below the double yellow line.
And there's a
Did he?
vote. Wow.
Rhodes almost wrecked out.
Save there as well. Holy smokes, that really jumbled everything up, and it's going to be interesting to see how the officiating's going to go. But they're still green.
Yeah, you can't improve your position. You cannot improve your position by going down
Look at
below
Sell.
the double yellow line. And
And that 22 truck pokes it to the outside. They can lose up there.
Yeah, that's only going to kind of drag those 2 lanes back and let those guys that are hugging that double yellow go. But so far, no calls have been
Number
made.
7's going to get wrecked.
3 wide. Look at that, 3 wide with Haley Deegan on the inside, Chandler Smith in the middle, Austin Wayne Self on the outside. 4 rows back, 3 wide.
Haley's going to get around the 7 of Hill.
I mean, the bottom is the preferred lane.
We'll have a wreck
Right
with 2
now
to
you're
go.
seeing that with the middle lane and the outside lane dragging each other back. And so they're going to get formed up for another single file run, and that energy's all going to come from the backside pushing forward, and we'll see who jumps out.
And NASCAR says everybody's good. Had to go below the double yellow line to avoid the contact.
Ooh,
There's
that
a
is
little
good.
bit more contact, and that's Austin Hill.
Tell you 7 getting the wall,
Up into
probably.
the wall.
I think they're going to let it stay green.
To the 16, he's now 7.
Hill's dive into pit road.
It looks fairly sane right now.
3 laps remaining.
But what's going to happen is somebody around 3rd or 4th is going to get a run and flare up to the outside.
Yeah, John Hunter right now is dragging the brake a little bit, letting them 2 get out in front.
That's a big part of the game, isn't it, Kurt? Getting on the brake, knowing how to form that gap so you get the push from
We never got off
Yeah,
Austin.
it's like you're just trying to sort out when the run can come and the energy from the backside and just moving when you have everybody hooked up.
How about this jam up 3 wide again?
Yeah, this is lane change city back here. All what this does is it locks those guys in up front, and they don't have any challengers.
Look how tight that is. I cannot believe these guys are making this work.
2 laps remaining.
2 to go.
Can they run these 5 miles without piling them up?
No.
Eckes.
Look at how far John Hunter let those 2 go. And then the energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a big old NO on this.
Fifth on back.
Eckes has 1 career win.
If they make it to the white flag, it might be pretty cool. They're gonna wreck on the last lap, right here on the next lap.
And here comes Kligerman.
Parker Kligerman in that 75, trying to work the outside lane.
Oh no, there's a
John
7
Hunter
truck.
moved up.
They're going to be 3 wide off 4 with that lap truck up high.
This is coming to the white flag. We've got trucks everywhere.
Eckes continuing to lead.
They made it.
From taking a look outside. Eckes.
There they go.
The white flag is out, and now the yellow.
Is that going to be the race because the white came out?
Yes, I think it's a race. I believe that Zane Smith is going to be the winner.
The white flag did come out. He waved, the flagman waved to the white with his right hand, and then the yellow came out immediately thereafter with the left hand.
Fuck this motherfucker. I'm gonna
And
win.
Zane
That's
Smith was the
great.
4th player. Who was blocking who?
Now they're
was
saying they
changing
didn't
lanes,
take the
who
white.
wanted to take that. I mean, there's going to be so much to talk about in this replay.
Caution was triggered prior to the white flag coming out, is the determination from NASCAR's race.
We're under caution.
That's what's left of poor Matt Crafton's truck.
Race entirely. So I want you guys to walk me through it. What do you see here?
Nemechek pushes Tyler Ankrum.
Trevor Bain talking.
He commits to the top, but maybe not
2011
enough.
Daytona
Goes
500
to move
champion.
more. He just gets
Look at
loose
that.
and gets into the
White.
Those 4 are broken away. It'll be interesting to see if anything can generate on the outside lane.
There they go.
Into the wall.
Will they let him go?
Green still out, and now we go caution. And it is Zane Smith.
Zane Smith has won.
Who was so close to winning it in regulation. This time he does indeed get it done with the overtime win. It is his 4th career victory.
You think he won it twice then?
Does he get to put 2 checkered stickers on his truck above the door?
I am happy for him. Daytona was very kind to him. It could have robbed him as far as being invited.
Loves last year in the Cup Series, now loves this year in the Truck Series.
Where he was going.
There's Chris Lawson, the crew chief.
Loves is on a roll.
I'll be so pleased that his driver has won in their first race together. Smith that big push.
Zane's going to say, I had to win it twice, buddy. I don't think I'm going to be able to work with you on that one.
It'll be interesting in his post-race interview to check those emotions.
Smoke, I
but
can't say
very
that.
deserving.
Burn it down.
Execution all the way around.
Burn it down.
Cameraman right there saying, where are you inside in that smoke?
Smoking out the window.
There you go, man. Take it all in. It's Daytona, my friend.
He won at Martinsville last year when he had to get that.
The truck's gonna roll downhill a little bit.
And tonight, he wins the season opener at Daytona.
Win, but it is this first at Daytona as the team makes their way across the grass to celebrate with them. The helmet is now off. Zane, I'm going to jump in here.
What an afro.
The celebration says so much. This is a team sport.
What an afro.
I thought we had it.
Kind of like old Jamie Mack, Jamie McMurray if we go back and do. Love you guys. See you next one.